Hey everybody, it's Danielle Tucker Shepherd here, your Caldwell Banker United Realtor and your Texas Rhinestone Realtor. So, I have been working with a lot of clients lately who all say, you know what, I think it would be really fun to be a realtor and I just really want to do that. So, let's talk about so you really want to be a realtor. Some things that people don't understand is all the things that go into becoming a realtor. It's not like it is on TV. It's not just, hey, we wake up, we look fabulous, we get to go on all these trips, we go and show houses a couple of hours a day, and then that's it. And we make big money. Don't forget that. So I'm going to kind of break it down to the reality of it. So, if you want to be a realtor, there's several things you need to understand before going forth and putting into that. The first thing is being a realtor is a very expensive occupation. You need to have a savings account. You need to make sure all your finances are in order because paychecks are not guaranteed. Did you know that realtors do not get paid until closing? So everything that we do leading up to that, we're basically doing for free. And you also may think, well, you get a big paycheck at the end, but not necessarily. Most of us have to either pay fees to our brokerage or we have to split our commission with our broker. So there's a lot more that goes into it. The best advice I ever had was when I first came in to interview with Caldwell Banker and I was interviewing for a broker for someone to sponsor me is they asked me, they said, do you have a savings account? Kind of took me back a little bit. I was like, yeah, I got a savings account. I'm good. And he said, well, how much money do you have in it? I was like, I've got enough. He said, you need to have at least $3,000 to get started. Now, this is after the $1,000 I paid for my classes. This is after the money I paid for my test. So, all of these things. So, even after that, you have to have money to get started. You have to have your monthly fees, you have to pay your dues, you have to pay to belong to an MLS. So there's a lot of factors that go into making money before you actually sell a house. So you need to make sure you're well prepared for that. My hair is driving me crazy, sorry. So yeah, that leads to number two. The reason I look like a hot mess is one, it's 100 degrees outside and it's Saturday, and I have been showing houses from 9 this morning and got done about 3 o'clock this afternoon in the heat of the day. And I'll tell you, it sounds all glamorous on TV, and it is a lot of fun seeing all these different houses. But when it's 100 degrees outside and you're showing a house that has no electricity, which means no air conditioning, you are sweating like crazy. So even though I would love to look all put together and made up and have cute hair, heat kind of takes it out of you. So, like I said, number two is we work when other people are off. The people who can afford to buy houses have jobs. They can't take off their jobs to go buy a house. So, you have to work when they're off work. That means you work after 5 in the evening and you work until on Saturdays and on Sundays because that's who your clients are. You know, it's funny. I had a realtor one time tell me that she was so excited to get started and she wanted to learn all this stuff and she wanted to shadow me, which is great. I allow interns to shadow me all the time. However, she was like, yeah, I really only want to work like 10 to 2. And I was like, my day normally doesn't even start on the weekday until 10. So I was like, I'm not sure how that's going to work. So, needless to say, she didn't really last very long in real estate because you can't last when you're not working when people are off. So, keep that in mind. Know that your hours are going to change. Weekends are not going to belong to you and your family. Weekends are going to belong to your clients. So, you need to know that. The third thing about becoming a realtor is you never stop learning. Yes, you go through all these classes in the very beginning. Yes, you do continuing education. You do 90 hours in Texas during the first 2 years, but never quit learning. Contracts change constantly. Everything changes. So rules about lending changes, contracts changes, amendments change. Everything about a transaction can change. And if you don't keep up with the rules, then you're hurting your clients. Two examples of this. I was doing a deal one time and I had a lady tell me, I've been doing this for 27 years. And I had to politely step back and say, I understand. I appreciate that you've been in the business that long. However, contracts have changed and you cannot use a handyman anymore to install electrical outlets. It has to be somebody licensed, and it states that in the contract. So that's one way. You get into a job and you get so comfortable. If you don't keep learning, then you're going to be left behind. The other thing, it just happened recently. Contracts once again have changed. Rules have changed. So I got a contract on one of my listings, and it was a conventional loan. Well, I was excited for my sellers because the other agent did not ask for any non-realty items, and she did not ask for the appraisal to be met by conventional terms. So when the appraisal didn't come in, she wanted us to lower the price, and I'm like, but you didn't attach this document. So because you didn't attach that document, then we don't have to drop the price. So it's not a one time learn everything you can and then apply it. It's just like everything else. Everything that you learn in school is a theory. But how do you apply that to real life? Think about right now, the big thing in high school is we're talking about algebra and why we don't need algebra. Most people don't use algebra in day-to-day life. Same theory applies. In real estate, you learn the theories of how to do work, of how to work the real estate business. But you don't actually put that into practice until you start doing it. And every transaction is different. So call me, let's talk. If you want to be a realtor, and even after all this, you think you still want to be a realtor, it is a great field. It is one of the best fields. When I help someone into their first home and you see that look on their face and they're just so excited and so happy, that makes it all worthwhile. So, Danielle Shepard, your Texas Rhinestone Realtor, serving all of Central Texas. Give me a call. Let's chat about it. 254-383-0789 or dtucker@cbunited.com. And let's just talk about what it would be for you in your world to be a realtor in Texas. Call me anytime. I'm always here to take your text, chat. Did this live thing for the first time. So anyway, hope to hear from me soon. Danielle Tucker, Caldwell Banker United Realtors with Caldwell Banker. I said that all wrong. Just forget that last part. I look forward to talking to you, and have a great weekend.